All right, y'all. It's Miss Marcy, and we are in here for our recap of Insecure season 4, episode 4. Low key losing it, bitch. So anyway, all right. So it's what they a month into the block party, a month before the block party. So Issa's sitting, she is at home working on the details, trying to finish out the details, whatever for the block party. She's trying to secure a headliner or whatever. So she's looking at whatever, and I think she tried to score Schoolboy Q. So she was all geeked about that. Next thing you know, she hear a knock at the door. It's her residence, because she's the property manager over there in those apartments, whatever. They come into the door like, we ain't got no water, you know what I mean? So they all complaining and stuff or whatever. So they all end up coming in her house like, look, this ain't gonna work. So then they go to the scene about so Molly's sitting there working from home. She's at home working or whatever with her big rollers in her head or whatever. And I like that bob though. I remember doing that with my hair. I used to roller wrap it and give it that bump or whatever. But I thought that was cute. But anyway, so she hears a knock at the door, and it's Andrew. Okay, so Andrew comes on in or whatever. He starts kissing her and stuff as soon as he come in. That's what he likes to do. It just seems like I don't know. I can't say he ain't feeling Molly, but then again, I don't know. It just seemed like he does seem like it's all about sex for him. I don't know. So anyway, so she goes to the door. She let him in and stuff. They kissing and stuff. So then he's asking her like, what took her so long? And she's like, oh, I was working or whatever. So he was like, oh, okay. And what I didn't like was when she was telling him how she was working and what she had going on. He kind of made this little snoring sound, like basically she was boring him. I didn't like that because I feel where Molly is coming from with the whole situation with him. Like when I try to talk about other stuff or stuff that matters, you're not really interested. You just want to just, laugh and giggle and kiki and fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I feel her on that. So I don't know. I agree with Molly on that situation with Andrew. So anyway, but I think what Molly is doing is Molly's trying to go with the flow right now because Molly's trying to have her a man. That's what she's trying to. She's trying to have a man, and so she's trying to go with his flow. And honey, I can tell you that shit ain't gonna work. You trying to go with his flow, and you gonna end up Saudi all over again or whatever. So anyway, so she's like, so they go into the room, whatever. They start kissing and hugging and stuff and getting their freak on or whatever. And they was getting ready, what I'm saying, get it on or whatever. But he could tell that her mind was preoccupied, so she was still thinking about work. So he was like, "What? You still thinking about work?" She was like, "Yeah, it's just this one part I got to take care of. Just let me go do this and I'll be back. Whatever. Then you got me all to yourself." She goes back into the living room, starts working on her work or whatever. The next thing you know, she look up, it's 1 something in the morning. This motherfucker done fell asleep. So she goes in the room and just like she suspected, he was knocked the fuck out. So she wakes his ass up, you know what I'm saying, to give him some nookie or whatever. So he wakes on up and they get it in. Again, I think Molly going with the flow. I don't think she want to keep on, just having this type of relationship with him. I think she wants more in depth, you know what I'm saying, of him. You know what I mean? But she's basically taking him how she can get him at this point. Because Molly, I think also what her friends think about her is kind of making her want to kind of prove them wrong. Like y'all think I don't keep nobody, y'all think I always ruin stuff. Well, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong, whatever. So anyway, Issa calls Cordola. She's sitting there. Cordola, she's sitting at Issa sitting at the table, and she know the guy. Some guy called her and told her he needed the flyers by 5 p.m. that day. So Issa looks at her phone and she notices that, hey, I did message Cordola about this earlier, but she hasn't gotten back to me. And so she kind of, you could tell she's thinking that to herself. She didn't say that, but you could tell she was thinking that to herself. So she calls Cordola, she go ahead and call her like, hey, just touching base with you about those flyers or whatever. I need to turn them in by 5 o'clock today. So she leaves that message or whatever. So then what happened? Um Oh yeah, and when she texted Cordola earlier that day, Cordola had said that she was going to hit her back when she get off from work. But again, like I said, obviously she hadn't heard from Cordola, so I keep saying Cordola. I think it's Cordola. Anyway, so she went ahead and hit Cordola up or whatever. And again, she didn't get no answer. She got her voicemail, so she left a voicemail. So basically, it seemed like Issa's been trying to hit Cordola up about this, but she ain't been hearing from her. I wonder what's going on with that. So anyway, so Issa is working or whatever. no, I'm sorry. Molly is working late at the firm or whatever with her colleagues and stuff. And so they're just sitting there kind of working, but they also kind of kikiing a little bit, just kind of chatting or whatever, laughing and stuff. So one of them realizes, hey, I gotta go. My kids is at home, they eating pie crust. I gotta get the hell up out of here. So the other girl, she decides, hey, I'll go ahead and stay. So Molly decides, oh, well, I'll stay too. And then the one girl was like, well, don't you got some listening party to go to? And she's like, well, no, my man understands. He gets it. Okay, Molly, your ass gonna fuck around and girl, Molly is so fucking. Oh, Molly's so fucking stupid. Anyway, let me tell you what pissed me off. We get to the parking scene. That pissed me the hell off, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Here we go. Issa's riding or whatever. They going over to Tiffany's house because Tiffany and Derek just had the baby. So everybody's coming over there to kind of help them out, you know what I'm saying, do a little laundry, you know what I'm saying, because when you first have a baby, I wouldn't know from personal experience, I don't have any kids, but I'm just saying, when somebody have a baby, you go over there and kind of help them around the house and stuff, because mommy is tired as fuck, you know what I'm saying, and daddy just can't do every damn thing, you know what I'm saying, so they helping out, laundry and all that type of stuff or whatever. So, but as Molly and Issa are going, they're both on the way there in their own separate cars or whatever. Issa gets excited because she notices she's listening to a podcast on the way there, but then she gets excited because she notices a parking spot. She's like, oh yeah. And I guess it's on one of them kind of streets where it's hard to find a fucking parking spot. So when you find one, you be happy as fuck. So Issa was low key happy, like, oh yes, I got a parking spot. It's a parallel spot. So she, you know what I'm saying, had to back into it. Well, as she's backing into it, here come Molly's bitch ass pulling right into it. And it's almost as if Molly did it to block her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she couldn't get it. That parking scene spoke volumes about their relationship and how the fuck Molly is. So Issa pulled back because she's trying to get it because Issa really did have the right of way. Molly pulls up like she wasn't fucking moving. Like, bitch. I would have been a petty. Anyway, so Issa pulls back again. Molly like, ugh. And Issa like, I was going to go around. Meaning, no, she said, I was going to go ahead and go. Meaning, I'm going to go ahead and go get into the parking spot. And Molly was low-key just acting like Issa was doing something wrong. Like, hello? Like, she was entitled to that parking spot. And so, but Issa clearly had the right of way because Issa was already backing into it. Molly would have had to pull up, then back into it. I mean, it was just so annoying. So Issa went ahead and being passive ass Issa. I was in a group chat last week with this other podcaster, and we were talking about insecure, and somebody said that Issa is very fucking passive, especially towards Molly. And Molly the kind of bitch. I think that's the only way you're gonna. I'm starting to realize that's the only reason why Molly and Issa have probably been getting along all this time is because Issa's passive. You know what I'm saying? And Molly is a bitch. Me and Molly couldn't be friends, honey. But anyway, so Issa go ahead and let her get the parking spot. She was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and drive around. But you could tell Issa did not want to give up that parking spot, but she also didn't want to look petty. Honey, a bitch like me, I would have been a petty Betty ass bitch. You wouldn't have got that parking spot, you spoiled ass, entitled ass bitch. I don't care if it is just a parking spot, it's the principle. So anyway. So Molly go ahead and pull up and then pull back, into the parking spot. And then, so as Issa's walking up to the house, you can tell Issa was okay pissed. She's walking up to Tiffany's house, whatever. But as she's walking, she get a phone call. She get a voice message from that dude, Nathan. Remember that guy, Nathan, that ghosted her on the last season? She get a phone call from him. He's like, yeah, I heard you doing your little block party and stuff, da 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 da. So when she finally gets to the step or whatever. Molly is right there too, and Molly's like, "Well, did you find a parking spot, bitch? Why you worried about it?" And then Issa was like, "Yeah, I found one." You know what I'm saying? So they started talking about, me. Issa's like, "Well, I'm sorry I missed the last few weekends or whatever." So they both just like, "I've been busy. You've been busy. Do you still want to meet up and stuff?" They like, yeah. She like, yeah. So then she was like, I'm gonna have you take me to my car, considering I let you have that parking spot. And Molly's like, how you gonna let me have something that was already mine? Bitch, you that fucking entitled? Girl, bye. So they gone into Tiffany's house, whatever. They gone on in. So, what else happened? Hold on. So, I just really did not like that parking spot scene. That really kind of irritated the shit out of me. And Issa irritated me by going ahead and letting Molly have a fucking spot. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. She just a spoiled ass brat to me. It just irks the shit out of me. I couldn't be friends with a hoe like that. So Derek and Lawrence are in the baby's room marveling over the baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Derek and Tiffany done had a baby girl, which I don't believe that's Derek's baby. But honey, that's neither here nor there, honey. I don't think that's Derek's baby. So anyway, and I was keying in on stuff Derek was saying when he was like, "Yeah, we wasn't planning this. You know what I'm saying? This and that." Y'all remember Derek and Tiffany spent some time apart. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that is not Derek's baby. But anyway, so and don't nobody know nothing about Derek and excuse me. Oh my gosh, y'all, I just ate not too long ago. And don't nobody know Derek and Tiffany's relationship, or they don't know their business all like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Derek and Lawrence are in there marveling over the baby girl, whatever. I was cracking up when Derek was like, "Some little dude is gonna want to try to finger fuck my little angel one day." It's like the men that's done did so much dirt, honey. They be worried for their little daughters. You know what I'm saying? They do. They think about all the shit they done did to other people's daughters, and now when it come to theirs, they be so scared and nervous. Like, oh my gosh, all that karma, baby. Yeah, it's gonna come back to your ass. So I thought that was just funny. But Derek was acknowledging that. He was like, man, all the dirt I done did, shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so Derek said some things, you know what I'm saying, that made Lawrence think or whatever. He was like, when it's right, he said something about when it's worth it, you make it work or something he was saying. And so Lawrence got to thinking or whatever, you know what I mean? So Tiffany, Molly, Issa, and Kelly, they all sitting downstairs while Derek and Lawrence upstairs, they're downstairs or whatever. They just sitting there talking. Tiffany's got a glass of wine in her hand. She's just, laid back, relaxing or whatever. So they're like, Tiffany mentions, what the hospital stay when she was having the baby and stuff, and how Derek went off on nine of the nurses or whatever. And so Molly was like, yeah, because she was like, if I hadn't had that diaper on, he would have got it, honey. I would have gave him some. So Molly was like, yeah, that's how it should be in relationships. She was like, just like with me and Andrew, when I am, what she say, when she is stressed or whatever, he's always there for her any time of the night or whatever. And I kind of didn't like how Issa looked at her either. It was kind of like, this is what I get. Molly wants to take her relationship. Molly's trying to have a serious relationship with Andrew. And I think she feels like Issa is trying to, basically shade the relationship, like cut it down. But I think what's happening is Issa's not doing nothing malicious. Molly is still tripped out over the comment that Issa made when she said, you don't seem like you want to be happy. That really pissed Molly off. So ever since that, Molly's been doing all this little fuck shit, you know what I'm saying, trying to be malicious towards Issa. When Issa didn't mean nothing malicious by that. She was just being honest or whatever of her thought. So now all this bullshit's been going back and forth between them, and that's really what it is. Molly is a spoiled ass, entitled ass bitch. So anyway, but I didn't like the way Issa kind of singled out her comment when she was like, just like me and with me and Andrew, you know what I'm saying? If I was Issa, I would recognize, okay, Molly trying to make this work with him. She seemed like she liked him. I don't believe it's gonna work because I think Molly gonna scare his ass off. But hey, I'm gonna let her have this. But so I think what's irritating Molly is that Issa keeps making little comments, basically trying to put her in that same category as that she's always been. And in Molly's mind, Molly's trying to make change or whatever. But at the same time, she feel like Issa keeps putting her back in this box of where, her fuck upness, where she always fucks up with men. And Molly don't like that. Molly need to have a conversation with Issa. And I think it's like Tiffany told Molly, maybe it's just a communication breakdown, because it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, and it's a shift in their relationship. They just not, I don't know. I think maybe they're just growing apart. You know what I mean? So anyway, and that happens, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so they're sitting there. She's like, so she's like, just like with me and Andrew, he's there for me all hours of the night. That's how you build a long lasting relationship. And so Issa kind of looked at her, and then she was just like, I see you over there, Jada, Miss Jada over there, red table talking. And everybody started laughing and kiki. And Molly got offended, like, well, damn, bitch. I was just basically saying how I thought it was nice that Andrew was there, that Derek was there for her. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of get Molly on that though, because I mean, Issa did kind of. Why would you single out what the fuck I just said? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel where Molly was coming from on that. I ain't gonna lie, I do. So anyway, they go ahead and they talking or whatever. So they end up going. Molly and Tiffany end up going upstairs to see the baby because the baby started crying and Derek's telling Tiffany like, "Hey, come up here." You know what I'm saying? So Molly decides to go with her so she can see the baby. Was they trying to call the baby ugly? Because what's her name? What's her name? Kelly was like, Molly was like, "I want to see the baby while she woke." Kelly was like, "I seen her." She was like, "You ain't missing much." Like, I don't know. Was it just me or was Kelly trying to call the baby ugly? I don't know. And then when Tiffany was holding the baby, she was like, "You would tell me if my baby was ugly, wouldn't you, Molly?" And Molly was like, no. I don't know. Like, what the fuck is, I don't know. Anyway, so while Tiffany and Molly go upstairs to see the baby and stuff, Kelly and Issa sitting there, and Issa's asking Kelly like, has Molly said anything to you? I just feel like her energy is kind of off. You know what I'm saying? Kelly like, well, what the fuck? Did you fuck Andrew? Molly, Issa like, no, you ain't even close. I ain't even nowhere near what's going on, whatever. So Kelly was just like, well, Issa was like, I feel like she just on my neck. You know what I'm saying? Like she just been on some shit lately. And then Kelly was like, well, maybe she just taking shit out on you. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Talk to her. So then as they're sitting there, Lawrence comes in the kitchen. And so Lawrence comes in the kitchen or whatever. And they like, so he ended up motioning for Issa to come outside and talk or whatever. So they go outside and talk. And meanwhile, like I said, Molly and Tiffany's upstairs with the baby. They talking and stuff. And she's like, Kelly says, oh no, Tiffany said something about Molly being happy. So that triggered Molly to thinking about what Issa said about her not wanting to be happy. So Molly's like, did Issa say something to you? And then Tiffany's like, no, about what? And it's just, I don't know. She's like, Issa just made this comment about me not wanting to be happy and me being the old me. She was like, she being the old me. She's talking about me being the old me, but she's downstairs right now doing old shit. Like basically because she was talking to Lawrence or whatever. And what I was tripping off of was when they finally did show what the fuck Lawrence and Issa was talking about. He asked her, did she think Derek, the baby looked like Derek or Tiffany? And Issa said she think the baby looked like Kelly. They started laughing. And then Lawrence asked her, well, how she's doing. I'm thinking like, as long as they've been out there talking, shouldn't he have been asked her how she had been doing? It seemed like the conversation was just starting when they showed, when we saw it. But it seemed like they had been out there for a minute talking. What the fuck was they out there talking about that whole time? So when we finally got to them, they was just now exchanging how you been. Like, what the fuck? Was it just me? Did y'all peep that too? Anyway, so Molly just said she found it funny. Like how I find it funny that Issa gonna say this about me and she out there doing old shit too. So Lawrence, okay, anyway, so let me see what happened. What happened? Issa comes back in after being outside. Issa comes back in because she get a text message, she get a phone call about her block party. Her headliner done canceled. So she get a message about that. So she goes back in with Kelly and them, and she's like, I gotta go, y'all. Molly sitting up there rolling her eyes and shit because she think that Issa trying to leave to go fuck with Lawrence or whatever, just being on some bullshit. What Molly don't understand is Issa's taking this shit serious. Molly just salty because Issa ain't all up on her ass. Just like when Issa called Molly after looking for hold on, why was I cracking up when Issa was standing in the mirror with that NWA t-shirt on? But y'all young folks that don't know, that stand for niggas with attitudes, okay? That's the old group with Ice Cube, Eazy-E, you know what I'm saying, NWA, Dr. Dre, MC Ren, and Yellow Boy, okay? Niggas with attitudes. Anyway, so Issa standing there with an NWA t-shirt on, whatever, talking to herself in the mirror like she normally do, honey. I was cracking up when she jumped at herself and she just... Anyway, and I got to say, the music on there be the bomb. Sidebar, the music, the soundtrack to this shit be so bomb, but I guess it will be if Raphael Sadiq, he's got something to do with it. So anyway, she went from Issa went to her DMs to try to look for another headliner, and while she was about to message Beyonce, I was cracking up. Like, girl, bye, Beyonce ain't gonna do your damn block party. Anyway, so then Issa decides to call Molly, you know what I'm saying, and ask her for a favor, like, because Andrew, he got something to do with Live Nation. So she's like, Molly, can you hook me up or whatever, talk to Andrew. Molly thought Issa was calling to talk, just to chit chat, but Issa directly said, I need to talk to you. Molly like, yeah, me too, girl. So Molly want to start talking about her life and what's going on. But Issa had an agenda to, she didn't want it wasn't a typical girl chit chat. So Molly's ass got offended because that's what Issa wanted. She looking like rolling her eyes and shit. Molly, bitch, it ain't about you. You mad because Issa taking her life serious and you think Issa ain't got shit going on. You think Issa supposed to be all up on you. You think you better than Issa. Yeah, bitch. So then, okay, so let me make this fast. So she's like, she was like, I guess I could talk to him or whatever. So Molly ended up going out to dinner with Andrew, and she get mad because Andrew tells her he got plans after they dinner because he's so used to her being busy. She like, oh my gosh, well I thought we were gonna hang out and spend the night together. He like, well I thought you was gonna be working or whatever, which I feel him. So then what happened? What happened? What happened? So then, there was a little awkwardness or whatever. But then she came over to his house the next day with a bottle of wine they made up. So then she called Issa and told her like basically, no, I didn't ask Andrew, and I'm not gonna ask him. Like, bitch. And so it made it really awkward between them. And she was like, Issa was like, well, why not? She was like, I want to keep those two separate. You know what I'm saying? This relationship is important to me. Girl, bye.